Hello and welcome to All Aboard and a brand new week. We've got a lot of stuff for you today, including our top 10 of 2023, a look at the Christmas period into next year, and as well as a look back at 2023 as well. Before we jump into that though, we just want to say thank you to everyone who came along to our Lorcana Christmas special yesterday on the 17th of December. It was a good crowd that we had. We got to see a few new faces as well. We hope to see you again at future events. If you missed out on this one, we will be running another one, our New Year's special on the 7th of January, so just after everything opens back up again. That is £13 per person, and you can win a Disney 100 gift set or an Illumineers trove if you come first or second. There are still spaces for that, so do get in touch if you'd like to book. So, on to our main topic really for today, and this will probably take up the bulk of the video, and that is our top 10 of 2023. Now, we had a lot of games come out this year. Some were clearly head and shoulders above others. Others I kind of jostled with, but here we have our top 10. I haven't ranked them. I don't think I could. So many of these are just amazing. But we will go through those nonetheless. So we are going to start right to left, and we are going to begin with Nautilus Island. Now this is one that came out not too long ago, and we got to play at the start of the year back at Toy Fair in 2023. It's a little set collecting game where you are salvaging items from the Nautilus in order to escape the island before any of the other players. You are collecting sets of different cards, different coloured cards, and then once you have a set, on another turn you can sell that set in 2, 3s, 4s or 5s in order to collect points. You get bonus tokens as well as porthole tokens if you want to close the set off to score yourself some bonus points. Really light game. Great for families, great as an introduction into board gaming as well. Gives you some good concepts of sort of worker placement and set collecting, and the board is not too busy but still bright and vibrant, and all the items are wonderful as well. So that is Nautilus Island. Next up, and this probably is my number one game of 2023, is After Us. Now this took the UK Games Expo by storm this year, and we were there watching the queues for this seemingly never ending. After Us is an apocalyptic themed deck building game. So each player takes on the clan of different tribes of apes, and then you will be drawing 4 cards in your turn and creating a little assembly. So there's a bit of an engine building aspect to this. You'll build your assembly, and what you're trying to do is link these cards together in the best way possible, in the optimum way for you, so that you can gather resources and then convert those resources into points, into other resources, and ultimately into extra cards for your deck as well. So it has a nice strong deck building element to it, but it really centres itself around that assembly, which I just found really, really innovative. And a little bit different to a lot of other engine builders where they tend to build upon what happened in the last turn. This one, you're always doing that reset every turn. You've just got those 4 cards. So it makes it really tight game in terms of the engine building aspect. Obviously, you do get to add cards throughout the game. You get to burn cards as well, so get rid of your starting cards to filter them out to make your deck more powerful as well. But all round, just an absolute joy to play, and I think again it's one that is not that difficult for people to learn. There's not pages and pages of rules to this game, and the rule book is really well laid out, but easily sits top of my games for 2023. If you've not played it, come on down to the shop. We'll be happy to sit down and show you how the game is played. They're just absolute wonder, and for that reason alone, that's why it is my favourite game. So that is After Us. Next, we have got My Goldmine, this little unassuming box here from our good friends over at Cosmos. So this is a push your luck game. So if you've played things like Diamond or deep sea adventure, then you kind of get the idea here. You're trying to obtain something and you're pushing your luck because it could all go wrong and you could lose everything. So in this game you are all dwarves and you are mining for gold, but you've disturbed the dragon. On your turn you decide whether you're going to take the top treasure cards, which could put you closer to the dragon but could also reveal the dragon card as well, or if you take a exit card and move yourself or others towards the exit. So you don't want to go to the exit empty-handed, so you do want to try and get those gold nuggets so that you can score points at the end of the game. But you do want to beware, because if you do reveal that dragon card, then it moves one tile forwards and you've got less room to play with. Absolutely fantastic. Again, we played this one back at the UK Games Expo. We played game after game of this. Really, really enjoyable. Great for families, great for hobby gamers as well, as a little filler, or one that you just want to play over and over again, as we have done many, many times. Again, great presentation in the game. It really gets to the essence of a push your luck game, and it was probably actually one of my favourite push your luck games currently out. Next up we have got the art project. This again is by the same designer as After Us, as well as the same artist. This is a co-op game where you are working together to stop the White Hand from stealing precious artworks from around various countries. We got to play this again at UK Games Expo. We sat down with the designer, Florian, absolutely wonderful man, who taught us the game. We had an absolute pleasure playing that game. It was so much fun, really tense as well. So every round you'll potentially reveal a artwork somewhere in the city or country that you're in, and then it's sort of a race against time and the White Hand in order to get there, but your resources are severely limited in this, so you have to use your cards in the best way possible to trade resources for other resources, potentially gaining back health or losing health, potentially adding White Hands to cities as well. So it's really a game about communication and efficiency. I've seen a lot of articles since its launch comparing it to Pandemic and calling it a successor to Pandemic, and that is certainly where I would place it. Pandemic, absolutely amazing, did wonders for the games industry, wonders for co-op games, but I think the art project just elevates that a little bit further. The other thing with the art project as well is it's not just the one map that you have 6 maps in total that increase in difficulty, so it adds tons of replay value to the game as well, and especially for a game less than £40, you're effectively getting 6 games in this box, as each one the maps play slightly differently while still adhering to those sort of core rules there. If I had to give it a rank, this might be number 2 on my list. Absolute joy to play, and looking forward to many more games exploring more of the maps. Our next one is In the Footsteps of Darwin. Again, this is a game that we got to discover at the UK Games Expo and had the pleasure of demoing it alongside the Hachette's board games team as well. In this, another set collecting game. You are following the voyage of the Beagle as you move around the world, collecting samples, different animals, insects, birds, lizards, as well as famous explorers as well. You'll be adding this to your own sort of tableau, and then you'll be scoring points in a variety of different ways. You can publish a thesis, you can do a publication for something else, and those will get you points. Really nice game. The artwork is outstanding in this game. Really, really is. The component quality as well is out of this world for a game that is less than £40. And again, very, very clear. The rulebook is clear and concise. You also get an appendix in this as well, a little book that will detail the voyage of the Beagle, as well as key dates and some of the species that were discovered, as well as a little bit about those. On the back of the game board as well, they have the Voyage of the Beagle, so you can follow that through as you're reading the book. So a nice little sort of inspirational, educational touch to the game there. It didn't have to be in it, doesn't add anything to the game itself, but just gives it that kind of factor, that educational factor to the game as well. Absolute joy to play. I've lost count of the amount of times that I have played this, and sits well deserved inside my top 10. The next one is one that is probably not a surprise to many people, considering the waves that it has made in the TCG industry, and that is Disney Lorcana. This is a game that has been out for around 4 or 5 months now since its release in August, and really has taken the TCG industry by storm. So much so that for a long time there was trouble getting stock from customers, but largely resolved on the stock front now. I will say that with this, having played as many games as we did, and again we got to sit down and have a demo at the UK Games Expo as well, is that it is not an innovative TCG. It doesn't reshape the landscape in terms of how it resculpts a TCG. However, what it does, and what I love about it, is that it opens up the TCG industry, makes it a lot more open, makes it a lot more family oriented, a lot more kid friendly. There are games like Pokemon, but Pokemon sort of does have sort of another level of complexity to it, and this one, along with the IP as well, really just smashes open the doors for the accessibility into the TCG world. It's a great game by itself anyway. It not being innovative does not mean it is not a great game. It is absolutely fantastic. Really, really enjoyed all the games that I've played of it, and excited to see as the game progresses, we get more and more sets coming out, that the different kind of decks that can be built as well. So that is Disney Lorcana, the trading card game. Next we have got Ancient Knowledge. This is a tableau building game where you are trying to build and preserve your own civilization. So on your turn you will draw cards from a central pile, and you will add it to your tableau somewhere. You've got ages 1 to 6 on your timeline, and you will add that somewhere in there. The card will normally tell you, but there are ways to place it in different areas. Each card will then come with a certain amount of knowledge, and then it is up to you over the course of the game, as the monument makes its way back into the past, to extract all of that knowledge from it before it ends up in the past. If it goes in the past with any knowledge on it, that ends up as a negative score towards your end game score, but you can mitigate that in a lot of ways. So there's a lot of engine building in this as well. You also have technologies that you can buy or purchase in order to help further develop your civilization. These will give you extra bonuses as well, and then at the end of the game, once someone has got 14 monuments in their past, you'll then tally up all of the points from everything. An absolutely fantastic game. Love the design. Not really seen anything like it where things are moving backwards through time as well. So that was quite a novel concept for me. First thing that I thought when I did play this game, when I saw this game for the first time, was that this will be appeal greatly to anyone that enjoys games like Seven Wonders, sort of another civilization themed game. And I really think now that I've played it numerous times, that it does definitely appeal to that. So if you enjoy Seven Wonders and you've not yet played Ancient Knowledge, you're looking for something else to play, do give this a go. There's less card drafting in this, but you are tableau building, and you've got that element of engine building in here as well. Absolutely fantastic game from Yellow. Really, really happy to see this out this year, and it's been a pleasure to play. Our next one is Tribes of the Wind. This is one of the earliest ones out of all of these that I saw. I actually got to see a copy of this last year and have a little bit of a play around with it. And up until After Us came out, this was game for best game of 2023 for me. So in this one, you are trying to rebuild your civilization. The world has ended, pollution has destroyed everything. It is now up to you to clear that pollution, encourage the forest to grow once again, and rebuild your towns and villages. It's a sort of resource management worker placement game, but you also have this really innovative concept where you get to see some information about what your opponents have in their hands, what your neighbours have in their hands. You don't directly affect each other, but in this game, but that's the main sort of interaction. So I can see on the back of my neighbours' cards what they have in their hands, or at least the elements that they have in their hands. I can't see the front of the cards that gives them all the information, but I can see if they've got fire elements or water or wind or leaf, for example, and I'm able to use those in order to perform actions on my cards. So I'll be looking for if I've got the least of something or the most of something, or comparing to one neighbour, comparing to the other neighbour, to both, what we all have combined. So a lot of different ways, and then you're going to be using that, and they're going to be using yours as well, in order to basically get rid of the pollution and build these forests, and ultimately build your villages. But I also like how everything is interconnected. You can't do one thing without the other. You've sort of got this chain, this sort of circle that everything relies upon everything else. So you need fire to get rid of the pollution, and you can't build trees until you get rid of the pollution, but you need water in order to help grow the trees as well. So there is a lot of stuff sort of going on with that are working in together. Absolutely wonderful game. Still one of my top games, deservedly so, in 2023, and an absolute joy to play. On to our last two games. So this one, Tales to Amaze from Yellow, is the newest one here. It's only come out a few weeks ago, sort of towards the mid-end of November, and is the latest in the Unmatched series and their first co-op game. So when I first heard this, it sort of set my excitement off. Unmatched has been a great game that we've stocked in the shop since the very beginning, and has been a very popular sort of miniature skirmish-based game. So when they announced that they were doing a co-op one, we were very, very excited indeed. And now that it's come out and we've had the chance to actually sit down and play the game, it really is everything that it lives up to being. So this one is a co-op game where you are working together against a common enemy. If you've played Unmatched at all before, then you know 90-95% of the rules. There's a few slight tweaks in terms of the initiative order to allow the monsters to activate and fight you. But really, if you've played any of the Unmatched before, then you know how to play this one straight out of the box. The other great thing with it as well is that the four heroes here have got decks that are compatible with the rest of the Unmatched series, meaning that you can take Nikola Tesla out of this and have him fight against Daredevil or Spider-Man or Dracula, King Arthur, Sinbad, whomever you may want, and at the same time you can take characters from the previous Unmatched series and chuck them into this game to fight either Mothman or the Martian Invader. Again, the component quality on this is absolutely fantastic. They've really outdone themselves on the models. The Mothman one is amazing, absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. I wish that I could play Mothman in the regular Unmatched. The mini is just that cool. But again, just a joy to play, and really interesting to see Unmatched working as a co-op game as well. They did have kind of a team thing in the original rules, but this sort of really elevates that to another level. So that is why that is in our top 10. And then last but by no means least, we have Stomp the Plank. This is our third offering in our top 10 from Florian alongside Art Project and After Us. I think he's had a phenomenal year this year. Stop the Plank, another push your luck game similar to my Goldmine. You could take it all or you could lose everything. In this, you'll be revealing cards on a tableau. If you reveal a card and you've already had that card out, then that's the end of your go and you move one step closer on your own plank. However, if you decide to stop before you reveal a duplicate card, you can then put an amount of wooden discs on everyone else's planks. So basically makes their planks heavier and heavier. There's some small little magnets, not strong magnets, but strong enough that keep the plank secured to the game box itself. But over time, the weight of those discs, as well as the elephant as it moves towards the discs, will topple it over. Really, really good fun. Again, another one that we had the pleasure of demoing at the UK Games Expo alongside the Hachette team, and we had just as many adults as children come along and play this. Really, really good fun. Again, it's just one of those that there's that surprise element to it. You can kind of mitigate your luck by deciding when you want to stop. However, you always want to push your luck, especially when you're getting higher up and you can almost win. There's a nifty thing with the cards that if you manage to reveal 7 different cards, or 6 different cards, sorry, then you just win the game. But yeah, really, really good fun. Great component quality as well. The rulebook is clear, concise, coherent, and is great for all ages. Kids are going to love this, especially when the elephants tumble off and all the discs go everywhere. Adults are going to love it for the element of surprise as well. Just a pleasure and absolute joy to play, and it will be one that we'll be playing further on into 2024 as well. So that is our top 10 for 2023. If you have any questions about any of the games that we've highlighted here, or indeed anything that we have in the shop, just drop it in the comments below. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. All of these games are available to play in our library as well. So if you like the look of any of these and you'd like to explore more, come on down to the shop. It's £3 per person. You can sit down all day, play as many games as you like. We'll also be happy to go over any rules queries with you as well, helping you set up games if needed. So thank you for watching our top 10, and we will now move on to the rest of our video. So the next bit is our the upcoming week. So everything that we have in the shop is now everything that we're going to have before Christmas. There were some things we were unable to get hold of, some things that we wish we could have got, but unfortunately some suppliers have already shut their doors for Christmas. But we are fully stocked. We've got loads of stuff. If you're looking for a Christmas present, come on in. I'll be happy to sit down and go over anything with you. We've got games for every occasion, games for every kind of person as well. Our opening hours are normal all the way through till Christmas Eve. So we are open Christmas Eve 11 till 4, and then we're shut for a couple of days. Christmas week itself, between Christmas and New Year's, is largely the same, but we'll be opening a bit later on the Wednesday and Thursday, doing a 12 o'clock open instead of a 10 o'clock open. And then once we hit New Year, we're just back to normal as well. All of these hours will be at the end of this video, so you can see them all in case you just need any clarification on those. Into the new year, we have obviously our Lorcana special events for New Year's. There's still spaces for that, as we mentioned at the start of the video. So if you want to do that, do get in contact, and we will make sure that we have a space for you. Looking a bit further into 2024, in February we have got the launch of Into the Inklands, which is the third set for Lorcana. Really excited for this one. We've got Tailspin DuckTales entering the Lorcana TCG universe as well. So that's going to be very exciting to see some of the early 90s TV shows coming into the game, including some new cards as well. They've already informed us about a new card type, locations that you can visit to gather lore and do other effects as well. Then in March, we have got the launch of Star Wars Unlimited, which we have put our pre-order in for. If you've seen anything about it, then there won't be much more information that I can give you. If you haven't, then there'll be starter decks, there'll be boosters, there'll be deck boxes, sleeves, all kinds of things. We've also applied to be an OP store for it, so we will be running events, fingers crossed, from March 2024, as well as we also signed up to apply for the pre-release as well. We've got an 8-man pre-release kit coming along, so if anyone is interested, we will be running that as well. Also for 2024, we will be opening up Friday nights as of the 5th of January. So straight out of the gate in the new year, Friday nights will be added to the event schedule. We've already got a D&D group lined up for that. That's all booked in and filled up, and we will be reigniting, revamping Flesh and Blood on Friday nights from the 5th of January. So if you play Flesh and Blood, or you're been looking to get back into it or get into it for the first time, we will be hosting a exclusive night for that on Fridays from the 5th of January. Please do come along. These things don't work without you, so if you're a fan of Flesh and Blood, you want to see more Flesh and Blood events in East Kent, then do come along, help make that a big success as well. So that's kind of our look into the early parts of 2024, and we just want to take some time to look back at 2023 as well. So we started the year, see, in January, coming out of our best month ever over the Christmas period, and we started off really strong. A lot of D&D groups getting together, a lot of people coming along for our board games nights as well, and we also got our first Pathfinder group as well at the start of the year due to the OGL controversy with Wizards of the Coast. For those who maybe missed out on that, they made some ill-conceived judgment calls that received a lot of backlash from the community, forced them to sort of go back and rectify that. It spurred on a lot of support for other RPGs like Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, and a whole range of others, which we've also seen a lot of groups playing other RPGs forming since then. As we got later into the year, so we started doing our events again. The Ellington Park May Fair sort of really kicks off our sort of outdoor event season, and it was a joy to be back there. It really does feel like another home for us. Fiona and the guys over at the Friends of Ellington Park do an amazing job maintaining and sustaining the park. They've got a lovely cafe there, and it really was a pleasure to be back there again for the second year in a row. We're looking forward to it again in 2024. Then as we hit our summer, we went up to Games Expo to help with Hachette board games, which was an absolute pleasure. It was my wife's first time at the Games Expo. I got to see a lot of old friends in the industry as well, and that was an absolute joy. The first time that we got to play the Lorcana TCG as well, so really special for that, as well as a couple of the other games that came out in and around that time. Tribes of the Wind, Darwin, After Us, Stomp the Plank, Art Project, all games that we got to try whilst we were there as well. So a lot of fond memories involved in that. We also got the chance to do some more local fairs down in Ramsgate, as well as at some schools as well. And then as we headed into the autumn, obviously things really kicked off with the Lorcana launch, and we also got to take part in the Quex tabletop convention, the Power Cotton tabletop convention, alongside our good friends over at Dice of Destiny. Very kindly invited us along. It was a really unique experience, a very interesting venue for all the right reasons as well, to host a tabletop gaming convention in, and fingers crossed that'll be something that we'll be going back to in 2024 as well. And then obviously that really brings us through till now, and said over the last year we've really seen the in-store community grow. We're fully booked, we're always fully booked. Every time we get a new RPG group, it's booked in. It really is a testament to the longevity of the games, the commitment of the DMs who run these games for us, to everyone who creates the characters and comes along every week, every other week, to play as well, really giving that sense of community to the shop that we always strive towards from the very beginning. So yeah, it really is a labour of love, it is a passion, and it's always heartwarming, always gratifying to see that payoff as well, and to see so many people just enjoying this amazing hobby and watching that grow over the last year. We have got our licence for the shop renewing in February as well, so we are around for our 4th year, which we're super excited for, and we've got more stuff planned for you as well, beyond what we looked at in the first few months of 2024. So with that, I really just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported the shop and made it what it is today, and look forward to the future, seeing what else we can make as we move on this journey together. And lastly, really just Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to every single one of you. It's been a dream come true, it's a real passion project for me and my wife. Yeah, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You have all of our gratitude, our love. We've made so many friendships through the shop. Everyone that comes in, you are more than just a customer, you are a friend, you are a companion, and that is worth more than anything in the world. So yes, that is everything for this video. It is a bit of a longer one this week, but a lot to get through. As I said before, if you have any questions about anything we've discussed, our top 10, any other games, our opening hours, if you want to take part in any events that we will be bringing up for the new year, like Lorcana, Star Wars Unlimited, the new Friday nights as well, Flesh and Blood, do get in touch and we can get things organised. And I just have to leave it with saying thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you all in the boardroom.